Hey, what is up, guys? Fig Nukin here again with another video. Today we're doing top 20 live albums I own, which is not going to be my top 20 live albums all the time. Of course, I own stuff like Transatlantic, which is on CD, so I'm not going to include that either. But yeah, we're going to start off quick, do the first 20 through 11 really quick. Black Sabbath, Steel Schizophrenia, at my 20 spot. Good parts, highlights, instrumental, definitely the highlight. Gypsy's actually really good on here, better than I'd say on Technical Ecstasy. But Ozzy messes up a lot on Iron Man, so I'd say that's probably the low. Next up, Led Zeppelin, Whiskey a Go Go. I think this is about a week before the first album came out. Good blues covers. It's got like Dazed and Confused. All really good, but vocal quality for Robert Plant's not there. Not that I'm saying the band's weak or anything, but I'm just saying it's a lot of covers, so a little lower on my list. Next up, Sword. This is a little higher because it's originals. Great album. Vocals, bad recording, I'd say. Trace Brewhouse is probably the lowest point, and Chronomancer 1 is probably the high point of that. Maybe it seems like I'm going really fast, but it's because I want to make this probably a 15-minute video or something, not a 30-minute video like my last time I recorded it. Alright, this is going to be Def Leppard live at Abbey Road Studios. Just 3 songs, recorded really well. Joy Elliott's voice, probably the weakest point. And not bad recording quality of his voice, it's just he's getting older. So that's what happens. Next we got Beatles live at the Hollywood Bowl. It's pretty good. Recording's pretty bad, though. Songs, they're not my favorite, so that's why it's a little lower on my list. But still, got a great track list. I mean, you got Twist and Shout, Ticket to Ride, Can't Buy Me Love, Things We Said Today, Hard Day's Night, Help, All My Loving, She Loves You, stuff like that. There's some songs I'm not a big fan of, like Dizzy Miss Lizzy, stuff like that. Just not my favorite. Next up, this one pains me to put them so low because Blue Oyster Cult, but I got 2 other albums on here, and this just seems like the weakest. Great recording quality, a lot better than the first live album they released, and it's only 7 tracks, so I can't put it much higher. Next up, Bingo Hand Job. I really love this when I got it. It's kind of gotten a little lower on my list of recent, but it's still got a great cover of Jackson / Dallas. Probably my favorite song on here. I mean, it's a good show. Put on a good show. Not the greatest recording. Stipe does put in his all though, and I'd say his voice doesn't sound that bad on here, comparatively to like the Led Zeppelin or the Sword or Black Sabbath. Next up, Aerosmith live bootleg. Pretty good. I mean, it's got great track listing, of course. It's like all their older hits before my favorite album personally, Permanent Vacation, but it's still great. I can't say there's anything wrong with it. Next up, Blue Oyster Cult. Just right out of the top 10 at 12. Great album though, and it's got a great version of Last Days of May, which none of their other live albums have, sadly. It's great. Recording quality is not as good as the other 2 that they released, officially I'd say, but it's still very good. And next up, just making it outside the top 10, Change of Seasons. Nothing wrong with it. It's a great album. But I just say, because the main song of the album is not a live album or a live song, I kind of bumped it a little lower. But I mean, it's got great covers. You got Perfect Strangers, the Zeppelin medley, which is amazing, and then the big medley, which is also awesome. I mean, this is LaBrie's voice at a prime. Not like now where it's kind of dying, but it's fine. I'll go see him someday. Alright. Next up, top 10, number 10, Dawkins, Beast from the East. Of course, blazing guitar work from Lynch, and Dawkins' vocals are great. I mean, there's not a song that I think is just like a big flop on here. I think it's all pretty astounding work from them. Next up, Genesis Live. It's pretty good. Gabriel's voice is a little weak on the album, but I'd say it's not like weak like he's singing bad, but it's not the greatest recording. But I mean, it's better than like the Led Zeppelin and the Sword. But instrumentals amazing, of course. I mean, you got Hackett, you got Gabriel, or Collins. Sorry, slurred a little bit in my speech, but whatever. Next up, Yes songs. I had to put this one a little bit higher. I had it low originally. I swapped it with Genesis Live. It's just more bang for your buck, and also I personally like Yes a little bit more. Of course, this has some great songs on it. I mean, probably my favorite. This got my favorite rendition of Starship Troopers, or Starship Troopers, sorry. And I mean, Heart of the Sunrise is great. Um, I would like to send Survival on here, but that's just being nitpicky at that point. Next up, Zappa and the Mothers, Roxy and Elsewhere. Great live album. Instrumental's perfect. Everything's on point. I just can't put it higher because I feel like there could have been some song changes on here, but I mean it's still great. Then next, our second Black Sabbath album, Live Evil, and I mean this is just, I mean it's great. It's got every song that you need from the Dio era, and even the Children of the Sea cover is really good. I mean, I'd say the lowest point is Iron Man when he goes the weird intro Iron Man. The I am Iron Man. It's really weird on there, but I'll give Dio a pass because he's probably one of the greatest of all time, metal singer wise. Then we got Jethro Tull live bursting out. This is great. High point is probably the jokes, the fun that Ian's having on here, and then also I'd say not another brick. Oof, wrong album. Thick as a Brick, part 1 on there. It's a little cut short, but it's still amazing. Next up, ETL, Blue Oyster Cult. I put it a little higher. I know people are going to be, oh my goodness, I could put this higher than On Your Feet or On Your Knees. Personally, I like Cultosaurus, and I mean, Cultosaurus is my favorite album, probably. Sadly, it doesn't have Last Days, but I mean, it's great track listing. You get some mirrors on there, which you don't usually get with Blue Oyster Cult. I don't even think they did them. When I saw them, I don't think they did any songs from Mirrors. We were chanting do Mirrors, though, but just didn't listen. Next up, Tommy, The Who, live at the Royal Albert Hall. I mean, this is awesome. You could say, hey, it should be lower because the vocals aren't the greatest. But you know what? It's like the only full electric guitar rendition of the album. It's amazing. Join the Band is great. I don't care how weak Daltrey's vocals have become in recent years. I still think it's a great album. And next up, a classic, of course, An Evening with John Denver. You'll be like, how is this higher than all these prog bands that have insane live instrumental? I mean, this is simple, great. His voice is great. The instrumental is really good for being a folk, country-ish kind of sound, and I don't think there's a bad song on here, personally, in my opinion. And, I mean, I don't know what you're going to do. Like, he's vibrant, he's happy, he's interactive with the crowd, they're having fun. I mean, it's just like, almost like you're there, kind of. And same with that Jethro Tull. He kind of feels like you're in the concert, like he's talking to you. Last up, of course, one that wouldn't be the talking to you, the album. Well, I guess he is when he's talking about some stuff I'm not going to say, or else I'd get flagged horribly. Roger Waters' The Wall. I mean, it's an amazing rendition. Honestly, I don't even know how to, like, say this without, like, really seeming like I'm jacking off Pink Floyd and, like, a basic Pink Floyd fan. But it's just, there's no flaws on here, really. I can't think of any, at least. As I look at the track listing, I'm just trying to remember how it sounds. I don't think there's any real problem on here. The way it brings out the plane in the beginning, and you hear the bombs, it's insanely loud on here, and it's playing through my speakers. It's like shakes my whole room, and it really brings out the album, and it's great. I personally think this is probably one of the best live albums of all time. Um, it's a full album, so you get the full experience. You get to feel his emotion with the album, and usually you don't get to feel that with a lot of people because a lot of people just don't do that live. And that's another thing with the Tommy too is even at the end, Pete Townsend, when he finishes, he says, "Oh man, this has been so emotional." But I mean, it's great. I think the point of that whole album is just the whole album itself. I mean, it's beautifully done. Um, I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it enough. You just got to go sit down, listen to it, put some headphones on, and just say, "Holy cow, this is crazy." Um, but yeah, I guess that's it for this video. I'm going to give a little bit of an update. Currently, I'm actually enlisting in the U.S. Air Force, so I won't be able to make videos for a little bit when I'm in basic training. But when I get out, I should be able to make some more. Might be limited a little more down to CDs and album releases that get released, like the Blue Oyster Cult album that's coming out. I may be able to do that, but I believe that's coming out fall, so I should have time. Maybe I'll even get the record for it, and hopefully I'll have a little bit more money coming in so I can get more records and do more reviews. But hopefully I'll be able to do this one thing before I do anything else. Before I leave, I have another big video plan that's going to go really in depth, or maybe it'll be a series. And hopefully it really works out because I want to get it done. I feel very strongly about what it's about, and I really want to have it perfect. So thank you guys for watching, and have a great day.